$5. That's the coffee. By the time Dave goes to bed tonight, that coffee will have cost him $140. He didn't borrow anything. He didn't miss a payment. And every cent of it is legal. There's a machine inside his bank account. It doesn't care what he bought. It cares about one thing: the order he bought it in. Watch one day, one account, one balance, as it crosses zero. I'll walk you down it, fee by fee. Here's what most people believe about overdraft. The card would have been declined. The bank stepped in, covered you, and charged a small fee for the favor, a safety net, a courtesy. And once, that's exactly what it was. In the paper check era, the bank spotted you so a check wouldn't bounce. So the belief makes sense. If you spend more than you have, you pay one penalty, one overdraft, one fee, $35. Annoying, but fair. And it feels like the number that matters is how much you overspent. It isn't. The number that matters is the order, because $140 in spending is $140 in spending, no matter how you slice it, right? That's the assumption. That's the assumption the machine is built to break. Same dollars, different order. That's the fee. Let's give Dave a normal Tuesday. He starts the day with $80 in checking. He spends in this order: a $5 coffee in the morning, a $50 tank of gas at noon, and a $100 grocery run after work. 3 purchases. One of them he can't fully cover. Run it the honest way, the way it actually happened. Coffee, $5. Gas, $50. Now he's spent $55, he's got $25 left. Then groceries, $100. That one doesn't fit. That one overdrafts. One transaction over the line. One $35 fee. That's the fair version. But that's not the order the bank uses. At the end of the day, it sorts the transactions. Biggest first. Groceries, $100. Gone. He's already negative. Then gas, $50. Negative again. Then the coffee, $5. Negative again. The $5 coffee, the cheapest thing he bought, is now its own overdraft. 3 transactions over the line. 3 fees. Same $80. Same 3 purchases. Reordered from highest to lowest, 1 overdraft became 3. 35 became 105. When a federal judge looked at this practice at one major bank, he found it was adopted, in his words, exclusively to generate more fees. One analysis found reordering nearly quadrupled what customers paid. Same dollars, different order. That's the fee. Now step back and ask what that fee actually is. When the bank covers a $5 shortfall, it lends you $5. You pay it back in a day or two with your next deposit. So price it like a loan. A $35 charge to borrow about $26 for 3 days. Run that as an interest rate, and the government already did. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau put the typical debit card overdraft at an annual rate of over 16,000%. Not a typo, 16,000. A payday loan looks gentle next to it. This is, by the math, one of the most expensive forms of credit in America. And nobody ever handed you the paperwork. So what does Mike do differently? Nothing clever. Years ago, on a form he barely remembers, Mike left one box unchecked. The overdraft opt-in. So when Mike's card hits a balance that can't cover it, the bank doesn't lend, doesn't sort, doesn't charge. It just says no. The purchase declines. He pays zero. The decline is the protection. Now widen the lens past one Tuesday. Banks that report this number pulled close to $6 billion in overdraft and related fees in a single recent year. Count the credit unions and the smaller banks, and analysts put the real figure around $12 billion. $12 billion, scraped mostly in $35 pieces. But here's the part that tells you it's a design, not an accident. The CFPB found that almost 80% of these fees come from just 9% of accounts. A small group hit again and again. Their median overdraft bill? $380 a year. Their median balance? Around $350. The fee lands hardest exactly where the cushion is thinnest. That's not a courtesy finding its customers. That's a revenue line, aimed. The people with the least slack aren't a side effect of the system. For this fee, they're the product. Let's be fair about it. Overdraft isn't a scam in itself. Once, it really was a favor. A held check, a quiet save. The problem isn't the cushion. It's what automation did to it. Software learned it could sort your day, biggest first, and turn one mistake into 3. The favor became an algorithm. There was one rule, finalized at the end of 2024, that would have capped this fee at $5 unless the bank disclosed it, like a real loan. It was killed in 2025. So the sorting is still running. The fee is still legal. The only thing standing between you and the cascade is a box on a form. Dave's $5 coffee became a $35 line because a machine decided the order. Mike's coffee just declined. The difference wasn't the money. It was one box, checked or unchecked. Same dollars, different order.